The anxiety isn't about missing out on a future embrace, but about the sting of a present rejection. We tell ourselves we're seeking love, but what often drives us, what truly fuels our actions and fuels our anxieties, is the primal, visceral fear of not being chosen. It's this deeply ingrained aversion to loss that shapes our dating lives more profoundly than any romantic ideal. Think about it: when was the last time you felt genuinely elated by a new connection, versus the sheer dread of seeing that notification ignored, that text left unread? This isn't about being dramatic. It's about understanding a fundamental aspect of human psychology. We are, it turns out, far more attuned to potential pain than to potential pleasure, especially in the delicate dance of attraction. We build elaborate castles of hope around potential partners, convinced of their unique qualities, their perfect fit for our lives. This is the illusion. We believe that if we just find the one, if we just get that response, that declaration, all our insecurities will melt away. We embrace stories of instant connection, soulmates, and fated encounters because they offer a seductive escape from the messy reality of human interaction. This illusion is powerful because it taps into our deepest desires for belonging and validation. It's easier to believe in a magical alignment than to confront the often mundane, sometimes awkward, and frequently uncertain process of building a genuine connection. We fall for the narrative of destiny, a narrative that promises a singular perfect answer to our longing, rather than the persistent, often imperfect work of building intimacy. This belief in a predestined perfect match, this illusion of a singular effortless path to happiness, makes us susceptible to misunderstanding the actual dynamics at play. The real engine of attraction, the hidden mechanism that often goes unacknowledged, is the intricate interplay of attention, investment, and perceived value. It's not about grand gestures or declarations of undying love, at least not initially. It's about the subtle shifts in focus, the uneven distribution of energy. When someone is captivated, their attention becomes a scarce, precious resource, and its allocation signals immense value. Conversely, when our own attention is poured into someone who offers little in return, we create an investment imbalance. We're essentially throwing our most valuable currency, our time, our emotional energy, our thoughts, into a well that doesn't seem to have a bottom. This imbalance, this self-imposed scarcity of our own attention, ironically diminishes our perceived value in the eyes of the other person. They might not even consciously realize it, but they're responding to the implicit message: I have so much to offer, and you are worth all of it. Let's break down how this plays out. Consider the behavior of being overly available, always responding instantly, always prioritizing their needs. The hidden signal isn't necessarily desperation, but a perceived lack of other compelling options, a mind that isn't occupied by competing interests. The psychological effect: the other person's value for your attention naturally decreases. They're not getting the subtle cue that you have a rich, full life that demands your energy and focus. The consequence is that they might take you for granted, their investment in the connection waning because the perceived effort to keep your attention isn't high. What's the alternative? To ration your attention, to ensure your behavior reflects that your life is full and engaging independently of them. This means not always being available, not responding instantly to every text. The hidden signal becomes one of self-possession and a multitude of interests. This naturally elevates your perceived value, prompting them to invest more effort to capture your limited attention. This brings us to a crucial identity shift, moving away from seeking external validation and towards cultivating internal understanding. For so long, many of us have operated from a place of scarcity, believing our worth is tied to whether we are chosen, desired, or complimented. We scan the faces of potential partners, searching for confirmation of our own desirability. This is the mindset of the validation seeker. When someone shows interest, we feel a rush, a temporary boost. When they don't, we feel a profound sense of inadequacy. But what if we could flip that script? What if, instead of asking, do they like me, we asked, what is this interaction telling me about my own patterns and needs? This shift isn't about ego, it's about agency. It's about recognizing that your value is inherent, not granted by another person's approval. It's about understanding your own emotional landscape and recognizing that while connection is a beautiful pursuit, it should complement, not complete, your sense of self. The goal isn't to be chosen. It's to understand your own position and make choices from a place of clarity, not craving. So what's a realistic step you can take? Not next week, but in the next week, but in the next 24 to 48 hours, to begin this recalibration. It's simple yet potent. The next time you're interacting with someone you're interested in, consciously observe your own attention. Notice where you're directing it, how quickly you're responding, and critically, whether you're allowing them to hold your gaze longer than you're holding theirs. Before you send that next text, before you agree to that last-minute plan, take just a moment to ask yourself, am I offering my attention out of genuine enthusiasm or out of an ingrained fear of seeming unavailable? This isn't about playing games or adopting a persona. It's about the quiet, powerful act of reclaiming your focus. By simply becoming aware of this dynamic, you begin to shift the balance, not by manipulation, but by the profound realization that your attention, your time, your very focus is the most valuable commodity you possess. And when you start treating it as such, others will inevitably begin to see its worth too.